One race I haven't really talked a lot about is the New York mayoral race. Now, Mamdani is the Democratic nominee. He won the primary, and Republicans are losing their minds. Now, he is a proclaimed Democratic socialist, and some of his ideas are farther left than most Democrats. He's talking about things like rent freezes and city-run grocery stores, things like that, that would uh, help people be able to afford to live in New York City. And Republicans are, of course, losing their minds. Well, now a group of New York young Republicans have asked Congress to step in and try to prevent Mamdani from becoming mayor of New York. Now, how would that work? Well, in their mind, they are trying to use the ruling that saved Donald Trump and let Donald Trump stay on the ballot during the 2024 election and use what the justices said. Now, the Supreme Court said that Congress had the ability to enforce the Insurrection Act, which was passed after the Civil War, and they would have had to pass some kind of a law to enforce it and deem how that would work, and then rule people ineligible based on that law. And they are trying to say that some of his policies constitute an insurrection. Now, none of this is true. They are just making up definitions of a word, stretching words, and throwing out words, whatever they think they can use to win. Republicans are notorious for doing just that. They like to call things they are not. Remember, during Biden's term, Republicans like to call the immigration crisis that they made up at the southern border an insurrection, which it wasn't. Again, using words to fit whatever narrative. So they want Congress to enact some law to enforce the Insurrection Act and then turn around and use that to disqualify Mamdani from a mayoral race. First of all, Congress should not have power over state and local elections. That's just not how that works. But two, it could also backfire because by creating this threshold, there could be a way to then get other Republican candidates disqualified that actually were part of an insurrection that had something to do with January 6th. Or they could use it as a way of getting Donald Trump potentially out of office. But I don't think any of that's going to happen. Congress just isn't going to step in. But Republicans are scared of Mamdani winning, and they're trying to do everything they can to cheat to win because they know they are not going to be able to win on the issues. And if he wins, it's going to be very bad for Republicans because it could be a model for other areas.